In South Africa, colour is very important. We are a very colourful nation. There's a huge psychology behind colour. Not only the environment, but it also affects emotion. So it really is something that changes people's lives. My favourite colour is orange. It relates to energy, to adventure, to bright and bold things.
We grew up with Plascon. At the time, the Plascon brand was synonymous with paint. And in the days gone by, you could only buy a standard color. So it wasn't very exciting. And then Plascon started improving the technology around paint and color. And then they gave you this massive choice of colors. It was natural that people became excited about painting.
So Plascon's purpose really is to beautify the environment, and it makes things last longer. Vlei, which is in Krugersdorp. It is our biggest manufacturing site in the country. This is where the magic happens. We also have our laboratories here, and those are the people that create the paints, that design them, that create the new colors.
So research and development and innovation are very important in the paint industry. Sustainability is at the center of everything that we develop. So we look at the whole value chain from the raw materials that we choose. We think about how can we easily process these products in terms of energy consumption, water, things like the smell that comes from the paint. How can we minimize that?
Plascon has always been very involved with upskilling people. And as you go into the business, you'll find lots of people who either will have had a bursary or would have studied something specially and then joined us with a learnership. So we have lots of different ways that young people can get involved.
My name is Mashadi Makubela. I'm a senior plant operator in the filling hall. I started working for Plascon as a casual. I was then employed permanently as a plant operator, and then I applied for a position as a senior operator in 2019. At Plascon, they are very encouraging to self-development and people progressing in their skills. We also have a good pathway for succession planning, so that also helps to progress. At the current moment, I'm doing operations management, and it's a full scholarship that is provided by the company. They also help us to educate our children.
I started my career as the operator. Currently, I am an operational manager. Plascon helped me to further my studies. When I started Plascon, I started without any formal qualification. And one of the things which the company offer is the bursaries. I've realized that there's an opportunity for me to further my studies. And then I grabbed it with two hands. And then I started my career in operation management. It's very important to develop the youth.
I didn't realize that manufacturing paint is a lengthy process. My name is Musa Magudulela, and I'm a business management intern at Plascon. I assist with administration work when we have requisitions to raise, POs to receipt, and then I also assist with the costing of the batches. And so far, it's been very, very exciting. I learned a lot, and I ask a lot. I am very proactive, and I try to do my work as best as I can.
So as a company, we make sure that we expose them to the learning environment so that they can able to graduate. And then by doing that as a company, I think we're giving back to the community.
I've been blessed to be in a place like this and to have a team that appreciates having new blood. Oh, in fact, I must be by management level. No, not this intern business. I'm really hoping that my work and my efforts will actually do all the talking for me.
I can say that Plascon is the best company to work for because I've seen people, not only me, who have been started at the junior level and currently they are at their senior position because the company develop, offer bursaries, give support to the people who are willing to grow.
At the end of the day, what really matters is what you leave behind. And that's not just a legacy in the people who work in your business, but it's also in the products that you produce and how they can change the environment that we operate in. We want to make as little impact as possible on the environment, but make as big an impact as possible on the people who touch our products.
It's a very good company to work for. My life is fantastic, I think, for working for Plascon, if I may say so. Yeah, I'm in a good place.
I'm one of the partners in our family business, and I run the Mica store in Benoni. And then I play my part as director and CEO at LRB. We've been doing this for 44 years now. One of the things we live by is the man that owns the store, runs the store. And that delivers service and commitment, and everything else comes with a guy that's totally invested in his own business.
Mica was founded in 1983. A couple of independent hardware retail owners got together and really thought that they would be able to collaborate as a group to unlock more value to their customers in terms of pricing and product that they can source.
So we always say we have 160 MDs that run this business, but that's, like Jaco always says, you know, that makes us unique. We get very involved in product strategies, pricing, educate members all the time about how to run businesses. The end goal of that is to satisfy our customers, have the same experience wherever they go. And this has been a great achievement for an independent group.
We've grown to 160 stores at the moment, and it's really become one of South Africa's most loved hardware brands in the country. So there's a lot of flexibility for the man who owns the store to run the store how he deems fit. Our stores are community hardware stores. Not only are they on a first-name basis with a lot of their customers and vice versa, they also get involved heavily with community initiatives.
The whole emphasis is around a common identity. And through this common identity, we can achieve a lot of things like the support of the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund.
The Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital, it's a specialist pediatric hospital. It is one of 6 on the continent. It's been proven that when children are treated in a specialist environment, it's so much better for them and their families. And what's unique about the hospital is that we are a not-for-profit organization. So the hospital in its entirety was built through donations, both locally and of course our international collaborators. But even on a day-to-day basis with our operations, we still very much require the support of various donors so that we can continue to provide world-class care in a world-class facility. And that's the role that corporate donors play.
Plascon is one of our founding suppliers, and there's a loyalty and a trust and relationship. I think it was a natural fit for us to embark on this initiative with Plascon because they've been such a big part of our business for so many years.
The opportunity that we got with Mica was fantastic. They challenged us to ask us, is it possible for us to make a special product for them, to sell the product, but also to use some of the proceeds to benefit children and specifically healthcare and the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital.
So together with Plascon, we've developed a tin with an Ndebele tribal design on it. It also has a Mica Proudly Local decal on it. And how the donation works is for every 20 litre of paint that our customer purchases, we donate towards the fund. And we've seen exceptional sales in this product. So we're very fortunate to be able to work with Plascon on this initiative.
I'm a pediatric neurologist and I work at Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital. I always wanted to work with children, particularly working with children with disabilities and with neurological problems.
My last born son is having seizures, and then they found brain malformation. So we came to Nelson. We got the best care here. And yeah, they made sure that my son is okay, well taken care of. Ever since he came here, he got a lot better. Yeah.
It has been a very interesting journey, an exciting one, but also one filled with good stories, but also challenging stories at times.
Oh, Dr. Pabu has been very supportive because the time my baby was still small, I didn't have any time to sleep. It was, still is very difficult. They gave me support throughout. Till today, I can still text them anytime. Yeah, this facility makes sure that the kids get the best care.
I'm a childhood cancer survivor myself. And so for me, this is really a passion project. I spent a lot of time inside hospitals, getting tested, getting treatment. And so really, I'm passionate about seeing sick children be able to go through the healthcare system and achieve whatever dreams that they want to achieve. Our tagline actually is a family that's dedicated to care. And so for us, we realize it's important to include the family in the journey.
We are a multidisciplinary team. That is why we also have social workers and psychologists. We also have embraced the concept of family-centered care, meaning that from the beginning, we make sure that the family is involved in the care. The nurses work very hard, and I am responsible for making sure that the nurses are well taken care of.
Our stories aren't always happy stories, as you know, because we have very sick children, but the biggest joy for me is that the hospital actually does exist, and the hospital is continuing to thrive, and that you have so many people who are committed to supporting us.
We are extremely proud to be part of that whole process and to give something back.
When the children get better and go home, it gives me great joy.
We want to make sure that our children get the best health care, show the world that the best can come out of Africa. The best healthcare workers, the best treatment can come out of here, and that's the mark that we want to make as a hospital.
I love the maths and physics because it's a lot of thinking required. It's like puzzles that you have to put together to find answers and stuff.
We don't realize that we actually apply physics in our everyday lives. And I think that's my biggest passion, is to motivate the learner, to let them know that there's more out there for them. There's a lot of unemployment in our community. There's lots of social issues, drugs, gangsterism, violence. And so it's difficult for our learners to actually pursue an academic career. And so the Engine program provides supplementary classes for the learners, for grade 10, for grade 11, as well as grade 12, mathematics, physical science, and English.
When you look at the core business of what we do, engineering is one of the critical elements, and by virtue of that, mathematics plays a critical and important role. Hence the Engine Math and Science program that we've established.
Engine Maths and Science. It really did help a lot because, like, with the school, there's a lot of us in a class, but yeah, you can come and you can ask about questions. Teachers take time to help you.
But maths and physics was my biggest struggle. It helped me tremendously.
The Engine Maths and Science program has helped a lot, you know.
I plan on either going into chemical engineering.
The plan after school is to go to university and then study for medicine.
Grade 12, the incentive is the bursary. And the Engine bursary just requires the learners to have a minimum of 60% in maths, physical science, and English, and they would be awarded the bursary.
Medical school, UCT. It's one of the nicest experiences in my life. Engine Maths and Science program, they consolidated information for math and science, key subjects that you need for medical school. Every Saturday, they come, the specialist teachers, and they reinforced content that is covered in class during the week. So that helped a lot. We signed a contract grade 10 stipulating that they will give us a bursary after we matriculated with good results. So yeah, it was definitely an incentive to keep it up. They're just equipping me with the skills and the wings basically to fly and just reach for the skies.
They're actually quite successful, and it's such a pleasure when they tell me their success story. I'm very proud. I'm very, very proud of our children.
Engine has got specific areas of focus when it comes towards corporate social investment. Our strategic posture primarily looks at grassroots education. The second aspect is around the societal well-being. We look at health, safety, and environment. And the last one is to ensure that we include people that are living with disabilities. So those are the 4 broad areas of focus that we have in our corporate social environment, but particularly zooming in towards education.
Engine funded my studies for final year as well as honors and graduate program afterwards. What I do is a business solution architect, and it's quite an exciting role because it allows one to shape the future of the organization from a digital perspective. It's an environment where you feel you can grow. It's an environment where you feel you can be somebody, and I think that's important. There's so many things I'm a first time on. I'm a first time graduate in the entire family, both sides, and The most thing that I think I would say I'm proud of is remaining grounded in the sense of not forgetting where I come from.
Merebank and Wentworth community has essentially been living on the fence line of the Engen Petroleum Company. With the declining economy, a lot of them are unemployed, so it's a community that has really been struggling. We had to find ways and means that would be truly beneficial to the broader community. And we said, one of the ways of helping alleviate the plight of the people is education. The Global Citizen Program was born to put together a program that would encompass artisans and IT skills.
Engen is training artisans, electrical, mechanical, welding, instrument, and a whole range of other highly technical skills. 80% of the curriculum must be on practical and experiential. So the lecturers and teachers that we have bring to this program a very high level of expertise.
Artisan training is important to us because artisans play a critical role within the engineering space, and it's about working together with our communities to try and enhance as well as improve their living standards. Transformation in the sector is needed, primarily to ensure that we provide opportunities to people who did not have those opportunities, to ensure that we bring the sort of change that is required within society, but also have a focused bias towards ensuring that we bring in and empower women.
My name is Banele Mota. I'm from Lamontville. I'm doing an apprenticeship from Engen. So here, it's a training center that they brought us here to study what we can, then you go and practice at the refinery. I get excited each time I come here because I know that I'm going to learn something different.
I chose mechanical because for the longest time, I loved problem solving, breaking down something, putting it together, finding a way if we could make anything better. When I finished studying, finding apprenticeships was hard, but it was always a goal to join Engen. And 2022, an advert came up that we should come for interviews with your CV, and I jumped on it, where I actually told them, you know what, I'd do it for anything. Whatever it takes, give me a chance. And from there, the journey started.
Doing a trade is very expensive. We can't do it on our own. So we're really thankful from Engen for giving us this opportunity.
It just gives you that sign of hope that anything's possible.
We prepare them for trade tests, then they're certified and registered as artisans. And they can walk into any company, even with the basic training, and become fully fledged artisans, and they're always getting jobs.
Programs such as these actually gives them hope. If we are able to sustain things like that, I am absolutely certain that it would make a difference to the community, because you'll see that poverty levels lift and prosperity start to shine through in the community again.
My name is Zama Shange, and I'm 40 years old.
Let's go. Time is not on our side.
I'm very passionate with sports, and sports has laid a very solid and good foundation, taught me discipline, and I loved working with people.
Whatever you do, keep your focus on the game. Let's go.
I decided to have this NPO. It's based on sports development. We help young people, educate them in life, encourage them to become better men and better women in the future. For any NPO, you do need money to move around, all those equipments that are essential into running the program. And I have struggled with doing all these proposals.
There's a two field and then there's a copy field. What do you say about that?
Technology is one of the most important things. Having these skills, they make you to be ready to face the world.
Added Advantage is a computer training company, and our focus is on end-user computing. So we do that for corporates, and then we do learnerships where we do systems development, and that's for unemployed youth. Here at the centre, we have no requirements whatsoever. You don't have to have a matric, you don't have to be of a particular age. And we do some feedback, and we do They go from not knowing how to turn the computer on, not knowing how to use the mouse or the keyboard, to being able to work in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and the programs that they need to use when they get office employment.
Wow, the Engine Computer School. Everything that I have been learning in this program is so beneficial to what I'm currently doing and working on.
It opens doors for them. So I believe this kind of training within this community, it makes a huge difference. I think one of the proudest moments is when the learners complete the course and they can confidently use the computer.
We have so many stories of people coming to the centre and then coming back having found employment. So it changes people's lives. They get inspired, they get motivated.
Our joint responsibility as global citizens is that we create an environment that is enabling for the next generation. It gives us the social fiber license to interact with the stakeholders that we interact with on a day-to-day basis, appreciating that actually what makes us number one are the people.
I'm changing the narrative and then saying to the next generation, it is actually possible and you can be whatever you want to be as long as you're determined and willing to put in the work.
And when you then have that mindset, you show up strong and you take ownership for your own success. You don't wait for someone to do it for you.
If you can change one person, imagine what you could do to the whole society.